The moving pods are going to be showing up today here on the homestead. We got a lot of room. We don't have a lot of sheds. As you can see, I've laid down some tarps for part of a project we're going to do for a temporary shed. So, well, that was easy. So, to give a little bit of a backstory about the hippie trap, we used to run in the burn scene. And if you don't know who burners are or what the burn scene is, Google it, look up Burning Man. They were basically festivals out in the woods, raves in the woods, full of art and fun stuff. And our camp had a big structure that we filled with lights and lasers and loud music. Well, I think I have some footage. Let me show you. In the years that we used it, one of the great things that we discovered about the hippie trap, as we called it, that big 22-foot by 14-foot structure, if you properly staked it down and put down all the guy lines and tightened everything up, it's freaking weatherproof. There was a burn in January, and in Texas that can mean a lot of things. At this particular burn, it meant pretty savage ice storms, and the hippie trap was fine. It went to another burn where there were 70-mile-per-hour gusts of wind. It didn't even budge. And our final year at one of the burn festivals, 2019 was the last one we went to, it rained. It rained a lot, like torrential downpours, but inside the hippie trap was dry as a bone. It's made of weatherproof laminated canvas, and we realized that we would need immediately a shed or a storage, something that could hold a lot of stuff the moment we got here. So we used a pod service, and it's starting to rain in the desert. We realized that if we packed the last thing in was the hippie trap, that meant when the pods arrived, the first thing we could take out was that and set it up. That's what we did. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but there is a swarm of what appear to be tarantula hawks in this patch of flowers. I have never seen this many of them together in my life. And I'm really glad they are not aggressive to humans. This video is not sponsored by U-Haul in any way. This is just the service that we used. Yay! Yeah, gotta say, now that these are here, yeah, this service is like worth every penny, and also way less expensive than a bunch of the other companies. Well, ran into a tiny problem, but one we can fix The walls of the hippie trap zip together, or they're supposed to. So, problem is, this thing has been abused a bit, and a bunch of these zippers now no longer want to zip, or they actually are just falling apart in our hands. So, we're looking at some solutions, one of which is probably going to be just buy some tarps and add extra shower curtain rings to seal off between the cracks. We never really needed the windows in this thing anyway. Ugh. So it turns out the tarps that we got are exactly big enough to cover for the hippie trap panels. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna replace all of these window panels with the tarps. Also, shout out for Bert Kreischer for making shirtless fat guys okay on the internet. Yeah, as sad as it is, the hippie trap walls ate shit, and unfortunately tarps work way better right now. But this structure is now basically weatherproof. I did mow most of that flower patch completely down, and the tarantula hawk wasps have not been back since. Sorry about that, wasps, but this was way too close to the house. You'll have to find flowers elsewhere. But yeah, we just got the U-Haul pods completely cleared out. And this isn't even, it's like 60% full. There's a lot of unfilled space in here. And we're gonna use it as a staging area. We're gonna, you know, throw tools in here while we build a shed. We're going to pull a bunch of stuff out of here to put in the house. And with the new tarp solution, this is basically just like a 3-season shed. And once we finally clear it all the way out, we're probably going to turn it back into the hippie trap. And with that, most of the stuff that was cluttering up the porch has been moved to the temporary storage. Yeah, we got a lot more to do, and once we have a shed built in the next few weeks, most of what's in there is going in the shed, as well as what in most of the Airstream is going to be going in the shed. And then the hippie trap will be probably turned into a lounge area for evening or cooler day fun activities. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be putting out another one next week. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I guess this is my first time trying to monetize a channel. Anyway, be cool.